In previous videos, I talked about humanity's fundamental problem as being disconnected from consciousness, and then in another video I talked about how that disconnection from consciousness is manifesting on then manifest as a misidentification with thoughts and feelings, and then he had another video how those thoughts and feelings are built into stories and narratives, and how those stories and narratives are an avenue of escape for us, and how they don't really, while they give us some sense of security and orientation, they don't really compensate for that fundamental disconnection. So now I want to take it a step further and talk about how those stories and narratives build into meaning, and how they then turn into activities and behaviors, and how those activities and behaviors then become repetitious because they're based on the framework of thoughts and feelings, which are built into stories and narratives, and those stories and narratives then are built into activities and behaviors, and those activities and behaviors become repetitive. And what is really important about that repetitive behavior, those patterns of behavior, is that they also become patterns of attention, so that I think the same thoughts, and I do the same things, and I believe the same ideas, and I start to build this bubble, a bubble of lived experience, that because my attention now is also patterned, I start to look for and listen for and build, expand and build my experience more and more on this fixed framework, and that creates a kind of confirmation bias in which the bubble of my lived experience seems to be very consistent, seems to be self reference. It is self-referencing, but seems to be more and more supporting the things that I already believe. And once I start to get this repetitive experiential repetition going, where I'm feeling the same things over again and experiencing the same things over and over again, the world starts to really seem how I think it is. Because in fact, I'm looking for ways to justify that. I'm listening for ways to say, oh yeah, that's right. And I'm looking for things that will support that position. And so that becomes a prison. I call it the prison of self. And that prison of self, unfortunately, what it does is it cuts us off, the disconnection from our primary being, from our primary essential state in consciousness is more. We can become more and more alienated from that. And in doing so, we become more and more attached to this, to our ideas and our beliefs and our egos. And the situation just gets worse and worse, such that we have to keep ourselves busy in this bubble of self, in this prison of thoughts and activities. And it becomes difficult for us to just take the time to slow down and to breathe and to notice that actually there's something beyond that. There's something beyond our own thoughts and our own feelings and our own opinions. There's other people out there, actually, and there's a whole world out there that doesn't think and feel and act as we do. And if we let that expand, we find indeed there's a whole universe in a whole metaphysical realm that we had no idea even existed. So what I'm trying to get across to you today is be aware of your prison of self. Be aware how your own thoughts and feelings create a prison in which it's very difficult to get out of, because it just seems like the way it is to you.